안녕하세요. 오늘은 1월 3일 화요일, 어제보다는 좀 일찍 일어났지요. 오늘 힘찬 하루 한번 보내보겠습니다. 꾸준함이 답이다. 꾸준하게 뭔가를 하다 보면은 변화가 있겠죠. 근데 꾸준히 할 때도 제대로 하려고 노력을 해야 돼요. 오늘부터는 더 제대로 하려고 노력을 해볼게요. Unit 32 Subjunctive. I suggest you do study this example. Why don't you buy some nice clothes? Later to Mary. I suggest you do. Why don't you buy some nice clothes? Liz said to Mary, why don't you buy some nice clothes? Liz suggested to Mary, buy some nice clothes. Liz suggested that Mary buy some nice clothes, with or without that. In this example, I is the subjunctive. The subjunctive is always the same as the base form. I buy, he buy, she buy. Are we, you, they, he, she, it. Do, buy, we have, use.
Subjunctive.
Subjunctive.
The verb is in the subjunctive.
The verb is in the subjunctive. Subjunctive. We use the subjunctive after these verbs. Demand, insist, propose, recommend, suggest. Instead, he have dinner with us. I insisted he have dinner with us. The doctor recommended that I rest for a few days. John demanded that Anna apologize to him. Anna apologized to him. What do you suggest I do? What do you suggest I do? We also say it's essential, imperative, important, necessary, vital. Something happened. It's essential that everyone be here on time. It's essential that everyone be here on time. It's imperative that the government do something about healthcare. The negative is not. Based film I not be you not leave should not go. The doctor strongly recommended that I not go to work for 2 days. It's very important that you not miss this appointment with your eye doctor. You can use the subjunctive for the present, past, or future. I insist you. The doctor strongly recommended that I not go to work for 2 days. You can use the subjunctive for the present, past, or future. I insist you come with us. They insist I go with them. Not the subjunctive be often passive. It's essential that this medicine not be taken on an empty stomach. The airline, the airline recommended we be at the airport 2 hours before our flight. Our structures are possible at insist and suggest. They insisted on playing for dinner. On paying for dinner. It's a beautiful evening, so I suggest going for a walk. Hmm. You can use to plus with form after suggest or insist. Lists suggested that or buy some new clothes. not suggested her to buy. He insists on going with us. Not he insists to go. Exercises. Complete the second sentence so that it means the same as the first. Why don't you buy some new clothes, said Liz to Mary. Liz suggested that Mary buy some new clothes. I don't think you should go to work for 2 days. The doctor said to me. The doctor recommended that I not go to work for 2 days. You really have to stay a little longer, she said to me. You really have to stay a little longer, she said to me. She insisted that I had to stay a little longer. A little longer, she said to me. Why did you visit the museum after lunch? I said to her. I suggest that. She visited the museum. I think it would be a good idea to see a specialist. I think it would be a good idea to see a specialist, the doctor said to me. I think it would be a good idea to see a specialist, the doctor said to me. The doctor recommended that. I see a specialist. I think it would be a good idea for you not to lift anything heavy. The specialist said to me. The specialist recommended that you not lift. Lift anything. You have to pay the rent by Friday at the latest. Latest. The landlord said to us. The landlord demanded that we had paid rent. By Friday at the latest. Why don't you go away for a few days? John said to me. John suggested that I go away for a few days. I don't think you should keep. I don't think you should give your children snacks right before dinner. The doctor told me. The doctor suggested that let's have dinner early. Have dinner early, Sarah said to us. Let's have dinner early, Sarah said to us. Sarah proposed that we have it early. Complete the sentences with appropriate Verbs. It's imperative that the government do something about healthcare. It's imperative that the government do something about healthcare. I insisted that something be done about the problem. Be done about the problem. Our friends recommended that we blah blah our vacation in the mountains. We go our vacation. Since they were hurt to Megan's feelings, I strongly recommended that he apologize to her. Workers at the factory Workers at the factory are demanding that their wages be raised. Rachel wanted to work home alone, but we insisted that she work for us. The city council 어제 감기약 먹고 잔 게 좀 머리 회전이 느린 것 같은 느낌이 드네요. The city council has proposed that a new convention center be built. What do you suggest I do to the party? I go to the party. Something casual. I wear What do you suggest I go to the It is essential that every child It is essential that every child to get a good education. Nick forgot his wife's birthday last year, so it's really important. Remember this year. It's vital. It is vital that everyone would drink water during the marathon. Tom wants to get healthy. His friends have made some suggestions. Why don't you try running? Ryan suggested that he try running. How about walking to our work in the morning? Sandra suggested that he walk to work in the morning. Chris suggested eat more fruit and vegetables. Eat more fruit and vegetables. Why don't you take vitamins? Okay, wait. Take You really have to stay a little longer, she said. She insisted that we have to throw it. We take a vacation and event. For more, but we insisted that she wait first. Demand, insist, proposal, command, suggest. Write better each time. I'd better each time. Had better. I'd better. You'd better. I'd better each time. Had better. I'd better. You'd better. I'd better do something. It is advisable to do it. If I don't do it, there will be a problem or a danger. I have to meet Amy in 10 minutes. I'd better go now or I'll be late. Should I take an umbrella? Yes, you'd better. It might rain. We'd better stop for gas soon. The tank is almost empty. The negative is I'd better not. I had better not. The jacket looks good on you. Are you going to buy it? I'd better not. It's very expensive. You don't look very well. You'd better not go out tonight. I'd better. I had better. You'd better. You had better. I'd better phone quiz. Hadn't I? Had is normally past, but we use had better for the present or future, not past. I'd better go now, tomorrow. We said, we say, I'd better do, not do. It might rain, we'd better take an umbrella. Had better is similar to should, but not exactly the same. We use had better only for specific situation, not for things in general. You can use should in all types of situations to give an opinion or give advice. It's late, you'd better go. You should go a specific situation. You're always at home. You should go out more often. In general, not had better go. Also, with had better, there is always a danger or problem if you don't follow the advice. Hmm. Should means only it is good thing to do. Had better. It's a great move. You should go and see it, but no problem if you don't. The movie starts at 8:30. You'd better go now or you'll miss the beginning. Hmm. Each time. You can say it's time to go home. It's time for us to go home. You can also say it's late. It's time we all went home. It's time. You can say it's time for somebody to. It's time to go home. It's time for us to go home. But you can also say it's late. It's time we went home. When we use it's time plus past, it's time we went. The meaning is present, not past. It's time they were here. Why are they so late? Now it's time they are left. They are here. It's time somebody did something they should have already done it or studied it. We often use this structure to criticize and to complain. This situation can't continue. It's time you did something about it. He's very selfish. Each time he realized that he isn't the most important person in the world. He's very selfish. Each time he apologized that he isn't the most important person in the world. You can also you can also say it's about time. Jack is a great talker, but it's about time he did something instead of just talking. Jack is a great talker, but it's about time. He did something instead of just talking. With the situations and the right sentences, with the better or the better not, choose or choose verb from, check, disturb, go, make, poo. You're going out for a walk with a friend. It looks as if it might rain. You say, you'd better take an umbrella. You and Kate plan to go to a restaurant tonight. It will be busy. You say to Kate, we'd better make a James has just cut himself. It's bleeding, and he'll need a bandage on it. You say to him, you you better put keep. Rebecca doesn't look well this morning. Not well enough to go to work. You say to her, you'd better not go to, go, go to work this morning. You're going to the movies, but you're not sure what time the movie starts. You say, you'd better check movie starts. You need to talk to your boss. You need to talk to your boss. You need to talk to your boss, but she's very busy. Right now, you say to our colleague. Better, it better not disturb. It is better not disturb. Disturb. Check. Go make. Put. James has just cut himself. He is bleeding and he'll need a bandage on it. You say to him, you'd better put bandage. Is that better okay in these sentences? Change it to should where necessary. Is that better okay? Change to should. I have an appointment in 10 minutes. I'd better go now or I'll be late. You'd better set your alarm. You have to get up early tomorrow. I'm glad you came to see us. You should come or not. Should be said. If you don't invite her to the party. It's almost time to go. I'd better get ready. I think everybody had better learn a foreign language. We just missed the last bus. We'd better get a taxi. We just missed the last bus. We better get a taxi. Complete these. To complete the sentences, choose from the box. It might rain, we'd better take an umbrella. And needs to know what happens. Somebody. We'd better blah blah. Park the car here. The road isn't too narrow. Brush your teeth at least twice a day. What are we going to do? It's time to decide. I'd better not be late. It's an important meeting. It's time they promised they wouldn't be late. You were here. The window is open. It's better close it before you go out. We'd better leave as soon as possible. Halloween. The government should do something. Every time the government should. Teeth was ahead. As soon as possible. Time to shoot. Each time take a month. Each time something. Wait the situations we and or write sentences with each time. Somebody did something. You are at a friend's house. You plan to go home at 11. It's already 11 now. Each time I went home. You haven't taken a vacation for a very long time. You have not taken a vacation for a long time, for a very long time. You need one now. You need one now. Take a vacation. Each time. Each 10. Each after the children's bedtime. Each 10. Each after the children's bedtime. Each time. In bed. Each time. Children. You didn't realize it was too late. You need to start cooking dinner. Stop. The time you started cooking. Kitty's always complaining about everything. Kitty's always think she complains too much. Stopped. The company we work. The company we work has been battled with medicine for a long time. I think some changes should be made. You has been battled for a long time. You think some changes should be made. It's time. Changes made the way the company is run. It's very not good. It's time to some changes were made. We just missed the bus. We better get a taxi. You need to talk to your boss, but she's very busy right now. You say to your colleague, I'd better not disturb him. One thing that the grown-ups also knew, 책 읽는 시간을 가져봅시다. It's time to start reading a book. Started reading a book. It's time to start with reading a book. It was this that, however small the chance might be or striking lucky, the chance was there. The chance had to be there. This particular candidate had as much chance as my other having a golden ticket. And that was why all the grandparents and parents in the room were actually just as tense and excited as Charlie was. Although they were pretending to be very calm. You'd better go ahead and you'd better go ahead and open it up, or you'll be late for school, Grandpa Joe said. You might as well get it over with, Grandpa Joe said. Open it, my dear, Grandma Georgina said. Please open it, you're making me jumpy. Very slowly, Charlie's fingers began to tear open one small corner of the wrapping paper. The old people in the bed along for the cleaning their scraggy necks. Then suddenly, as though he couldn't bear the suspense any longer, Charlie tore the wrapper right down the middle, and on his lap there fell a light brown, creamy colored chocolate candy bar. There was no sign of a golden ticket anywhere. Well, that's that, said Grandpa Joe brightly. It's just what we expected. Charlie looked up for kind of the pieces were watching him intently from the bed. He smiled at them, a small sad smile, and then he shrugged his shoulders and picked up the candy bar and held it out to his mother and said, "Here, mother, have a bit. We'll share it. I want everybody to taste it." "Certainly not," his mother said, and the others all cried. "No, no, we wouldn't dream of it. It's all yours. Please," begged Charlie, turning around and offering it to Grandpa Joe. But neither he nor anyone else would take even a tiny bite. "It's time to go to school, my darling," Mrs. Perky said, putting an arm around Charlie's skinny shoulders. "Come on, or you'll be late." Two more golden tickets found That evening, Mr. Burkett's newspaper announced their finding of not only the first golden ticket, but the fourth as well. Two golden tickets found today, screamed the headlines. Only one more left. Oh, right, said Grandpa Joe, when your whole family was gathered in the old people's room after supper. Let's hear who found them. The salty kid with Mr. Burkett holding the newspaper up close to his face because his eyes were bad, and he couldn't afford glasses. The salty kid was found by a Miss Violet Beauregard. There was great excitement in the Beauregard household when a reporter arrived to interview the lucky young lady. Cameras were clicking and fresh billboards were flashing and the people were pushing and shouting and trying to get a bit closer to a famous girl. And the famous girl was standing on a chair in the living room, waving the golden ticket medley at arm's length at top she was pledging a taxi. She was talking very fast and very loudly to everyone, but it was not easy to hear all that she said because she was chewing so furiously upon a piece of gum at the same time. I'm a gum chewer. Normally, she shouted, but when I heard about these ticketings of Mr. Wonka's, I laid off the gum and switched it to candy bars in the hope of striking lucky. Now, of course, I'm right back on gum. I just adore gum. I can't do without it. I munch it all day long except for a few minutes. Uh, the times when I take it out and stick it behind my ear for safekeeping. To tell you the honest truth, I simply wouldn't feel comfortable if I didn't have that little wedge of gum to chew on every moment of the day. I really wouldn't miss my mother says it's not ladylike and it looks ugly to see her clothes shows going up and down like mine do all the time. But I don't agree and who's she to criticize anyway because if you ask me I'd say that her jaws are going up and down almost as much as mine are just from yelling at me every minute of the day. Now, Violet, Mrs. Beauregard said from a far corner of the room where she was standing on the piano to avoid being trampled by the moth. All right, mother, keep your hair on, Miss Beauregard shouted. And now she went on, turning to the reporters again. It may interest you to know that this piece of gum I'm chewing right at this moment is one I've been working on for over 3 months solid. That's a record. That is, it's beyond the record held by my best friend, Miss Cornelia friendman too, and what she made is my most treasured possessions possession now. This piece of gum is at nights. I just stick it on the end of the bedpost, and it's as good as ever in the morning. Bit harder at first, maybe, but it soon softens up again after I've given it a few good chews. Before I started chewing for the world records, I used to change my piece of gum once a day. I used to do it in our elevator on the way home from school. Why the elevator? Because I like to sticking the gooey piece. Then I'd just finished with on one of the elevator buttons. Then the next person who came along and pressed the button got my old gum on the end of his or her finger. Haha, she's crazy. And what a racket they kicked up. Some of them you get the best results with women who have expensive gloves on. Oh yes, I'm thrilled to be going to Mr. Wonka's factory, and I understand that afterwards he's going to give me enough gum to last me for the rest of my whole life. Whoopee, pray. Easily, girl, said Grandma Giuseppe. Despicable, said Grandma Georgina. She'll come to a stick, and one day, chewing all that gum, you see if she doesn't. And who got the fourth golden ticket, Daddy? Charlie asked. Now let me see, said Miss Burkett, peering at the newspaper again. Yes, here we are, the fourth golden ticket. He read, he read, was found by a boy called Mike TV. Another battle I'll be bound, muttered Grandma Josephine. Don't drop the grandma, Mrs. Burkett. The TV household, said Miss Burkett. Going on with his reading was cramped, like all the others, with excited visitors when our reporter arrived. But young Mike TV, Thief, the lucky winner, seemed extremely annoyed by the whole business. Can't you fools see I'm watching television? He said angrily. I wish you wouldn't interrupt. The 9-year-old boy was seated before an enormous television set with his eyes glued to the screen, and he was watching a film in which one bunch of gangsters was shooting up another bunch of gangsters with machine guns. Mike Tibby himself had no less than 18 toy pistols of various sizes hanging from belts around his body, and every now and again he would have leaped up into the air and fire half a dozen rounds from one or another of these weapons. Keep quiet, he shouted when someone tried to ask him a question. Didn't I tell you not to interrupt? And this shows episode with Big Bagger. It's therapy. I watch it every day. I watch all of them every day. Even the creamy ones where there's no shooting. I like the. It's 6:30 a.m. I like the gangsters best. 일단 여기까지 오늘을 마치고 내일은 좀 더 집중할 수 있게 할게요. 집중. 내일 만납시다.